Hello children, it's Catherine from the Amazon Jungle Show. Today's video is what is a rainforest? So the two words rain and forest are very important. So a forest is a very large area of thousands of species of amazing, beautiful big trees. And it's so large an area that it would take years to walk through. But because of all of these species of trees, the rain falls quite a lot, like every single day almost. And so it's very, very hot, but it's very wet. The rain gives life to all of the animals in the forest. So the rainforest is really, really important for animals. There is species of birds, insects, amphibians and reptiles. And there are so many animals and reptiles and birds and insects that we would never be able to count them. There's a vast amount of insects even that we have not discovered yet in the Amazon. So it gives life to a lot of creatures and plants and the water itself, the rivers. And there are even people living deep in the Amazon rainforest called Amazonian tribes, which I will talk about in another video, and they're amazing as well. Now the main forests in the world are the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. Then you have Madagascar and Asia. There's lots of little rainforests in Asia. And then you've got Africa, which is the Congo, and that's a massive big rainforest in Africa called the Congo. The biggest one being the Amazon in Brazil. Now, why do we need rainforests? Well, the trees not only give a home to all the plants and the animals and everything, all the insects that live in there, and many of the animals live in the canopy. The canopy is the top parts of the trees, the fluffy leaves, the fluffy parts of the trees at the very, very top. Now, if you're a monkey or an insect or an animal, to go to the top of the canopy is where all the cool air is, all the sunlight, the warmth, everything. So it's really lovely up there. If you're not so lucky to be able to climb up to the rainforest canopy, the tops of the trees, you live on the rainforest floor. And the floor is very, very hot and sticky, and it's very wet and it's very, very dark. So I kind of would like to live high up in the trees where there's lots of sunlight. But all the animals have their own little niche, and some of them live midway up in the branches. But yeah, they all have their little areas, and it's called a tier system in the Amazon rainforest. Now, the rainforests are important because without them, there actually would be no life on Earth. If there was no forests, then there would be no river. There'd be no rainfall the way we have it. And if there is no river in the Amazon and it dries up, it affects the whole world. It affects Europe, it affects America, it affects China, it affects everywhere around the world. If the Amazon River and all of these rainforest rivers dry up, which it did one year a long, long time ago, it kind of decreased a lot. And the whole world felt it because all the water dried up in different parts of the world. So the river along the Amazon is really, really important, and the locals actually measure it every year to make sure that it's okay and that it's still growing. But if there was no trees as well, there would be very little fresh oxygen, because the trees make lots and lots of oxygen for us to breathe. So the rainforests are really important for oxygen. They're really important for the water supply, and the locals know that the Amazon means life, and it's often called that the Amazon rainforest is the lungs of the world. The lungs of the world. So the rainforests need our protection all over the world. There are a lot of companies that would cut down the trees for furniture, for chocolate, for beef cattle, and to make new roads. So there's lots of reasons why people want to make money by cutting down the trees. So we need to protect that. And if you research in the ways that you can protect it, there's certain products that you can stop buying that would actually protect the rainforest as well. Now, that's only a little bit about the rainforest because I want you to go and research it. But it is very, very important. It does provide life for lots and lots of creatures in the rainforest and for everyone on the planet outside the rainforest as well. Now, I have been very lucky to have got to the Amazon a few times when I was younger and recently last year. So I want you to go away and pretend that you're booking a holiday to go to the Amazon. Now, I'll give you a few pointers. You're going to plan a trip to the Amazon. And how you're going to do it is you have to look up and see on the internet how you would get from London to Rio in Brazil. Then you get from Rio, Brazil to Manaus, which is the capital of the Amazon, Manaus. So try to see if you can get a flight to Manaus. Once you're in Manaus, you have to get a boat along the Amazon River to your little log cabin. So you can find out how you would dream about going to the Amazon and how you would get there. And then you can discuss or dream about what you would do when you get there. You're going to go on trips through the rainforest. You're going to go up the Amazon River and see the pink dolphins swimming beside you. You're going to eat pineapples and coconuts and everything and watermelons. So kind of let your imagination go wild. And when you're in the Amazon, dream about who you would meet. Would you meet the tribes? Would you meet animals? You can dream anything. So have a wee think about how much it would cost to get to the Amazon. How much would you need for the flights to get to Rio and then to get to Manaus and then the boat trip, and how much money you would need to live there. So yeah, there's a wee bit of homework for you. But I'm glad that I've talked to you about the rainforest today. I hope you find it interesting and go and research it. And until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.